Dum, 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 dum. Okay, I'm finally in the chat. Okay, so where was I? I think I had just finished the Boo Mansion level. So I guess it's down to the basement. That is up, not down. This is always the weird part of the... I don't know. Actually, I don't particularly like upstairs too. I think this game's so heavily front-loaded for me in memories. I don't know if that's just me or what. But I feel like the start levels are the ones I'm the most attached to. Does this guy give you a star? No. I'm pretty bad at remembering which ones do and don't give you stars. Oh, what? That guy. I don't think in the video I plan to go too much into the hub world design. There's just so many videos on that, but God, I think they did a great job in this game of just making the hub world interesting. Yeah, pretty sure I already got the star from you, didn't I? Yeah. This might be one of my least favourite levels. It kind of flies in the face of the rest of the ethos of the game. It's not linear, but it's so constrained. Wait, which one am I meant to be doing? Okay. I mean, it's interesting. This is effectively a shortcut path. Pretty sure that sign teaches you how to long jump. And then, even here you get presented with two alternatives. Talk about the long way another time. But it's definitely it's a very different course to most of the others, I think. Even there's other ones I'd classify as more linear, like League the Lava Land's next, and that's probably the most linear of the sandboxy courses. This one's not exactly linear, but it's also not open. I mean, you get bits like this cabin, but I don't count that. Okay, come on, Nessie. Get you over with. Yeah, I've still got to figure out how I'm going to structure this video. Should I just go into... Oh, gosh. Are people going to be interested in me going through all the levels, or is that just going to be tedious? So I'm already second. Okay. I think there is an interesting thing I should talk about, the fact that there's maps. It's just gonna tell me the red arrows where I'm at. Oh, read the sign, Mario. Yeah. Okay, so there are directions. Bit crude. Tell Nintendo's gotten a lot better at this stuff. It's like bad game design to walk stuff behind text boxes like that. Especially for like a Nintendo style game. What was this sign? I haven't read any of these signs since I was like 10. This is actually kind of fun. Never! Okay, so this is just like a challenge room. Like, it's not like Super Mario 3D World linear, but you know, this is a small sandbox. Like this level, perhaps more than any other, except maybe the Boo House, is just a series of like hodgepodge challenges. Oh no. Wait, what? Wait, what? Okay, there's a lot of confusion for me about what just went down there. Somehow I got the coin, but also I got knocked off by hitting the box. I do not understand. Pretty sure there's a couple more red coins way down here. Kind of like these little... Oh! These things always destroyed me as a kid, and they're even destroying me as an adult. Oh, what? Jeez. It's a fair warning to anyone watching. I got up at 4 AM today, and it's now 8 o'clock at night, and I'm meant to play for another 2 hours. I'm going to be a bit sleep deprived by the end of it. Well, and even now, so if I'm not playing well, that's like part of it. I'm not going to claim it's all of it. I'm also just shit, but please believe me that some of it is tired. Yes, that's what it should have done the first time. No, go back. Bit of a habit for this game to have the coins that are broken up into sets of 4. What was the way to get to the top again? It isn't over there. What do these signs say? Yeah, okay. Half of that message was telling me to read the important message. Okay. I hate this bit. Well and truly. Camera can sort your shit out. I don't even think it's that hard, but like, I think this is one of those things where I struggled with it as a kid and I built it up in my head. Die. No. I hate this stupid level. I'm too tired for this stupid level. Oh, come on. I obviously need the camera to go that way. Thank you. What? Oh, I could have long jumped that. It's too late now. We're doing this the long way, folks. Man, I wanted to try and get through the whole basement tonight. What's the time? It's already 8:10. Okay, we'll see. Oh, this fucking... It's the Bowser Dock course called? I take it back, Hazy Maze Cave isn't that bad. Yeah, oh. At least the bat's dead. Oh, come on, Mario, get down. If this trend continues, I'm going to be completely unable to play the game by the time we get upstairs. Hey, should have done that last time. Well, that's this room in the cave. I will say, I think Hazy Maze Cave gets more interesting the further you get into it. I guess these original stars are kind of just setting you up to explore the cave. Particularly that first one is sort of right at the end. You know what, going through it like this, I am tempted to like go through each level, but that's a dangerous precedent. Like I don't want to set that up for other games. Metalhead Mario can move. Oh, where is this one actually? Is this one of the ones in the bottom? This always happens in Hazy Maze Cave. I know where all the stars are, I don't always remember which one's which. Pretty sure Metalhead of Mario can move. Is in here. Here's some more signs I haven't read for 10 years. Yep, it's actually an asset. Thank you. You know, I've never had a very good layout of this place in my head. Okay. Yeah, give me your coins. Now, yeah, so there's like 2 secret entrances here, and I don't know which one's which. Let's just do this one first. This is one. So I'm planning in the videos. There's a website called what's it called? NoClip.website, where they've got like 3D versions of all the maps for various games you can interact with. This will be a very interesting one to look at in there. What does this say? Tell me how to monkey bar. Hey, the camera actually moves to a clever spot. I mean, it's not great. It's a bit better. Well, I wonder if this was Metalhead move. Because this is like, I mean, you know, it's a Hazy Maze. It's a maze, but it's amazing. Yeah, okay, no, that wasn't it. I mean, it's kind of fun how interconnected this one is. Like the first time you're playing it, I think there's a lot of like, oh, I'm back here. Again, I'm definitely noticing just how difficult it is for me to view these levels with any kind of objectivity. It's definitely perhaps more than any other level that this entrance is more marked. It's just rooms separated. It's probably it's just not that different from Lethal Lava Land, I guess, the more I think about it. Like, it is and it isn't. It's like a closed version of Lethal Lava Land. Okay, this has got to be number 3. And it's like a star you can see, so... Yeah, I mean... No, different one, fuck. Is Metal Mario can move just that one? Oh, god damn it. I've been doing this all wrong. Yeah, okay, it's the one at the end. That's alright, Jolly Roger Bay, that was one where, like, the more time I spent with it, the more I was like, this is a shit level. This one is growing on me, as I'm spending time with it. There is a bit, like, I think the problem with these more linear levels, particularly these longer ones later on in the game, more so than the more open ones, is how it actually feels kind of repetitive to go in and get each star. Like, you know, I'm gonna have to be back here again, not that far in the future. He's launched. I don't think it can eat you. I'm sure that would have happened to me if it could. Fun little extra challenge where if you die, you hate yourself because you have to do this all over again. Okay, so the only other one is again secret. Like, yeah, it's gonna be so great to get to games that I haven't already played just for the ability to actually experience exploring them. So, okay, this is a great little, like, you know, this is our classic sort of 6-star is in a secret spot within the level. And unlike some of the others where it's been in, like, a very hard to reach, out of the way place, this one, it's right here, and they just sort of tell you, hey, watch the falling rocks, and then, actually, yeah, you're probably going to look up. You'll be like, what? Oh, there's stuff up there. Oh. What? Hey, fun. I always think of this level as being bigger than it is. Oh, fuck the 100 coins in that one. 100 coins are a great, like, mix of proving you've got skill in the game as well as... Oh, Rabbit isn't back yet. As well as, like, mastering the level. God, I hate Hazy Maze. I think Lethal Lava Land is 7. It's interesting though, it's set up. You're definitely going to find this one before Hazy Maze Cave, I reckon. Boil the big boy. No, I wonder how they chose whether something should be a pop-up or a sign. Shell soon. So, okay, this level is not actually that dissimilar to Hazy Maze Cave. It's extremely linear. Like, it's obviously, it feels more open. Oh. It feels more open than Hazy Maze Cave, but that's really just like a bit of a lie. Unless you're on the shell. Like, you know, like all the stuff, we'll get to all the other stuff over there, but like, this is actually one of the smaller levels, and it's, like, it's a circuit. It's not linear, but it's almost a circuit. Like, there's not, unless you're doing shifty long jump stuff, there's not many shortcuts even. Oi! Oops. That was almost bad. It's number 2. Bully the bullies. Okay, so this one's fun. This kind of justifies the circuit system, because now it's kind of like, okay, you proved you can walk around and beat a big bully. Now you kind of got to go get all of them. Like, it's actually quite quick for a, like, you know, if we're classifying the stars, I probably need to sit down and look at them all again in front of the computer to build categories after having played them. But, you know, there's these sort of prove you've mastered the level ones. This is one of those, but it's very early on. Especially for a level that doesn't actually involve... Oh, are you serious? A level that doesn't actually involve exploration. It's very early in to have an exploration-based start. Oh, how'd you both go that way? Oh, you rude. Sorted them out quick smart. Huh. Does that always happen? Do I not need to kill all of them, or do I only need to kill those 3? Okay, hold on. Hold the phone. Oh, you know what? Rather than replaying this, I'll just, Oh no, don't push me right towards the edge. I'm gonna Google that. In fact, I'm gonna do it now so I don't forget.
Here we go!
Bully, the bullies, and I'm gonna add a Super Mario 64 to that, or I'm gonna get like Mid Blast for kids in school. Wow, it has its own page on the Mario Wiki. With the Lava Land Mission 2. No, it's just the ones on the back of the course. Huh. Alright, so, okay, we'll forget everything I said then about that being an early mastering the course one. I just don't know how to do it. This is a pretty easy one, especially because I've been taking the path that goes past it. So, just before we go there, can you reach those bullies from back here? Yeah, you can. So again, just a circuit design to this course. Wait, which one am I doing again? Oh yeah, the red coins. Oh, rude. Oh, rude. Oh boy.
Mamma mia!
I didn't even die on the bit where I should have died. Like, I got all my health back. Shortcuts. Let's get away from the hole. How did I miss that? I was going to make fun of this star for just being like a kind of pointless little challenge, but you know what? I did die there, so not that pointless. It's just interesting that they put one of those sliding puzzles out. You don't have to solve it or anything. Kind of weird. Oh, this one's fun. Please tell me I have the shell. Where do you get the shell? Actually, it makes sense that it's after this one, when I think about it. See, I thought I still had to come over and get all these bullies for the bully the bullies one. I'll come put the camera behind me. Are you serious right now? Hey, this stupid camera. Alright, well, we're doing it advanced skills style. Oh god, oh god. Yeah, look, I know. If you're watching this, you're probably embarrassed for me, but this is how we're doing this one. Oh, fuck. That was so pointless.
Mamma mia! Go.
Let's try this again. Now. Wait, are they serious with that? No, not you, Siri. Okay, fuck the log.
Here we go!
You all saw how the log worked in the failed attempt. Oh, I got the two volcano ones now.
Go.
Is this... No, there was the side in Cool Mountain. I mean, this is an interesting element to the Sandbox form. Oh, God, that we will be seeing a lot more of. Which is, like, these sub-levels. I mean, particularly, I don't know exactly when I'll get to Super Mario Odyssey, but when we do get there, like, it's chockers with them. This game has, like, a fair few, but... And I totally get the design of them, or the reason for them. I think they're kind of cool. Which way should we go first? Let's just go up the normal way. I do think these ones are quite fun, in that we're now, like, inside the thing. They'd be more... Like, this one would be more fun if the camera in this game was better. Because, like, a lot of the skill, or the toughness in Mario 64 platforming comes not from, actually, like, being that good at it, but just the controls and the camera being old. Like, there's tons of rumors that this is one of the games getting a remake for the Switch. Like, that goes beyond just, you know, being like a virtual console thing. I'll be very interested to see how they handle, like, modernizing it. Because this game would be a lot easier if it controlled like Super Mario Odyssey. Bit early to begin that message. Back in the volcano. So yeah, like these sub-challenge, sub-world things are interesting because they provide a way to give, like, you know, these more linear stars and stuff, but just hiding it behind, like, a hidden entrance in a level is kind of cool. And it doesn't clutter. I mean, you know, we'll get to ukulele in time, but it doesn't clutter the actual, like, sandbox level. Like, I'm a bit of a fan of the formula. I don't know if it's always used in a good way. Like, Super Mario Odyssey maybe overdoes it. See how I feel when I'm playing it for this series. But I think they definitely have their place in these games. This is actually a pretty hard. I'm surprised I'm doing this well. Fuck, there it is. Oh no. Balls. I honestly don't know whether I should be trying to take it slow and careful in that last bit, or just try and like YOLO it like I did just then, because I don't know if I'm going to do any better taking it slow. They're just such small shitty platforms, and the camera won't line up properly. Watching the little dots on that, on those elevators just makes me think of, like, level creators. I know there is, like, a level creator for Super Mario 64 for, like, mods or hacks or whatever it's called for Nintendo 64 games. Kind of a bummer that the bonus for this is gonna... Oh, I've already finished this level, haven't I?
Heggo.
A bummer that the bonus for this episode is just gonna be the remake, because Mario 64 has so much other stuff to talk about. I might just, like, there are a couple other episodes I don't know what to do for a bonus, but I might just come back to Super Mario 64 and talk about, like, randomizers, all sorts of cool shit. Oh, hello. You're back. Oh, it's okay. Fine, we'll go this way. Oh, what? Lies and slander. You're not in the zone tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, come on. Okay, that one, a good thing I've recorded this. Take that to the refs. Okay, now they're just fucking with me. I wonder if that rabbit is meant to help you find this. I don't know how many other people just sort of run into it, and that's how they figure it. Speedrun strats. Oh, come on. Is this just going to be the whole video now? This is... Welcome to, Elliot Can't Catch the Rabbit. This is the new Doof Media video series, where we expertly dissect and discuss Elliot's inability to catch this fucking rabbit. God damn it. This is so embarrassing. The fuck? Oh, come on. Whew. What is happening? What is happening right now? I'm sorry if you're watching this and not enjoying it, but like I'm not doing this now. If you're watching the VOD, I guess just start skipping. Within 20 minutes or so, I should have hopefully caught it. Tried to do something sneaky. Oh, are you serious? Caught the corner. Went too early. That. Oof. God damn. What a star in the fucking game. Okay. Now, this is an interesting level again, because I always thought it was quite open, and then when I started to think about it for this series, I was like, wait, no, this one's closed as hell. Oops. Hey, buddy. Kinda skipping over the meat and bones of this course. But I hate this star and I want to get it done now. Is this star impossible without the flying cap? I don't know what it is. Anyway, point is, this course is actually quite linear, because if you... like, if you think about this course, you kind of have to go around in this circuit, like, without the flying cap, that is. Oh, no, 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 no. Like, there's, it's kind of like Lethal Lava Land, when you unlock the shell, suddenly it becomes a sandbox. This one, if you get the flying cap, if you make this jump, like I should have last time, then suddenly it's like your playground. Without this cap, it's very linear. It's actually kind of a cool formula, especially for the middle of the game like this, where, oh boom, like, you know, the levels have to be sort of harder, but not as hard as some of the other ones. But yeah, like without the flying cap, it's a spiral pattern, basically. And then, of course, much like Lethal Lava Land, there's a sort of sub-world in the middle that's like the inside of a pyramid shape. I'm going to do what's called the cheaty way to get this star. So just pretend I walked around the whole course linearly, and then climbed this stupid pyramid linearly. There's not really anything to analyze there. I think by using the cap like this, I'm completely kind of circumventing what this is meant to be, this course. Like, getting to that bird is meant to be, you gotta go, like, the whole way around. Actually, that's worth talking about, I think. So normally to get the bird, you gotta go the whole way around, and then you'll, like, see it, you know, that star landed between those two pillars at the far end. That's sort of where it's meant to be. So you're meant to be running up and down those pillars to get the bird, not intercepting it. What am I even up to? Gee, hold on. I'll be back in a minute. Sorry, everyone. Yeah. Give me 5 minutes. Okay, and we're back. So it's probably worth talking about, if we're talking about like, the overall structure of the level. So you're meant to go around, do a loop, and the second time you sort of do a more complete loop. Then you do it a third time, but now you're going into the pyramid. And then, this is probably the biggest sub-world. In fact, I mean, even compared to the linearity of the outside, like, I'd almost be willing to call this as much of a sandbox as the main course. Oh. Oh. Go off quick enough. Wait, how am I meant to get up here again? Yeah, so you go, okay, you just go all the way around them, the stairs. Excuse me, I need help. Thank you. Because there are 3 stars in here? Or am I thinking of the 100 coin star? Oh, Mario. All of this game does kind of seem designed to, like, be willing to provide you shortcuts if you're good. And I actually think probably something a lot of games do. Probably a lot more games that we're going to play for this series do. But it's just very noticeable here as I'm trying to, like, pretend like I'm doing things the normal way. Or pretend like that's what well, where I'm trying to think about how you need to do things the normal way. Right, so the third one's that cage thing. Okay. That's a very fun, like, that's the highlight of this course, I think. And we're doing it now. I like how this one just kind of straight up tells you, like, what to do. We should talk about that in the video. This will be like a good example, just straight up pulled from. I've got to say, it does kind of feel like the basement got what I would describe as the leftover levels. Like, they have their cool bits, like, you know, Hazy Maze is really unique. This level's probably the other good one. Oh, does that not count? I've never quite understood the rules for this star. I've definitely done all 4, mate. Oops. Okay, well, this is annoying. Oh, what? Yeah. What does it say? Oh, there's a shiny shell here too. This will be just fun. Yeah, I'm trying to think, like, because there's lots of odd stuff in, like, the upper floors, but they still kind of feel cohesive or, like, just intentionally hard. the basement ones just kind of feel, I don't know, less interesting, less polished. Not sure why that took me like multiple circuits. Not sure why this one always takes so long. This is a very cool moment though, like you've just explored the map, you've then explored this inside of the pyramid, you probably feel like you're getting your head around stuff, and then it's like, whoa, you can blow the fucking top off the pyramid. And there's a secret, you know, the Nintendo obligatory hand eyeballs. Oh, fuck. Oh. Serious. Huh. It's been a long time since I died against that boss, and I didn't know they did that. That's actually really cool. Wonder what the exact parameters on it remembering to send you in here are. Still, big fan. I was just lamenting having to get in here. I feel less bad about dying now. I can go nuts. I know, like, hand-eye things are a bit of a staple in Nintendo games, but, like, this is one of the coolest bosses in the game. Like, the fucking location, you're at the fucking bottom, this pyramid. It's actually, like, not just run around behind the boss and then ground pound or pick them up or whatever the fuck. Like, it's actually kind of a proper boss fight. Third Bowser's probably the only one on its level. Oh, okay, now we get to the one where they're like, prove you got it. This is like the old school 8 red coin, 8 red coin star. I'm not sure I know off the top of my head where all 8 coins are. I'm trying to think of it now. It's not just like springing into my head. So there's 4. There's 4 up the top. Okay, yeah, no, I know where they are. This is this one, and then there's one in the pond over here. Oh dear. This bird's steal my fucking hat. Pink bomb! Give me that cannon! See a pokey. Oh wait, that fucker took my hat. When did that happen? There's no red fly box around here, is there? Oh, I knew it. The second I got stuck. There's a fly box. You know, it would make the hat stealing thing more interesting if I couldn't open this without my regular cap. Like, I think that would actually, particularly in this one, because then it would make it harder to reach the bird. Like, because I think the only thing that happens is you take an extra piece of damage per hit if you don't have the hat. And, like, that's something, but, like, the losing your hat mechanic is in all these later levels, and it really doesn't have much for it. Oh. Serious? Oh, I'm gonna have to go get a new cap now. Oh. That worked out very well. So I could honestly see the 8 red coins being inside the pyramid with like a tiny bit of tweaking, and it being just as much a prove you've mastered the entire level. Because you have to get to the inside of the pyramid for starters, and then, like, you know, then master it in there. Actually, you know what? I just remembered what the other star is in there. It's so they totally got their cake and ate it too. Excuse me.
Here we go!
Yeah. So it's the 2 mastery bits in a row. Like this, yeah, okay. More than any other, this is a course where the subworld is just as much a course. Maybe only slightly less. But now I'm basically being asked to climb the whole thing and then go down in a specific way. This is one of those ones where, like, I must imagine that as a kid this took me like hours to figure out. Like, what's the thing called? So even if I got pyramid puzzle, you know, and I'd already done the outside, like, God damn it. Like, even once you're in here, I suppose if you accidentally got one of these, oh, okay, fine, I'll turn this shit away. Even if you, like, as soon as you get one of those, like, 5e coin things, especially if you've done it somewhere else in the game, then you know what's up. Yeah, like, if you get that one, that's when you sort of figure out roughly what you need to do, which is explore the shit out of this place to find the 5 special coins. I haven't quite understood that bit. That obstacle's always sort of falling flat. Same with that one, I guess. Now, this, like, used to take me ages as a kid until I realised the platforms are just on each side of the waterfall. So I think I've only got the one other one. Oh, no, you dumbass, Elliot. I'm gonna need them because I cannot play this game today. I was wondering where these monkey bars were. don't think this game actually needs all those things like explaining how to use monkey bars and stuff. I guess it was so beyond what people were expecting. Maybe they did. Brute force method. Let's see, it pops up at the end of this sand trail, right? Yep. At least I got the ones I actually have to get. So that's a really cool mastery of the level 1. I like course 8 a lot more. I'm thinking on it. Like it's one of the more interesting ones that actually feels complete. As like Hazy Maze Cave, close second. Lethal Lava Land is there. Like it's just a circuit. Some volcano things tacked on the end. Especially since those two are like the last two, it just kind of feels tacked on. But, as much as I think Lethal Lava Land isn't that great, let's get to the granddaddy of all bad levels. The level that makes sure we don't think Jolly Roger Bay is that bad a water level. It's Dire Dire Docks. The shittest level in Mario 64. Hey, what if we just had 2 pits, but hear me out, they were divided by a stupidly long tunnel. I think like so the only justification or like presumably the reason for this level is it's like this set piece because you think you're here to fight Bowser and so like the problem is this game isn't good enough at story to justify this level. This is meant to be like I'm infiltrating Bowser's sub. Like we're about to hit the sub, I'm pretty sure. Is Bowser's meant to be escaping or some shit? Like, I don't even remember, but you know, this is meant to be like a fucking commando mission type thing, and I just don't think Mario 64 puts you in the headspace to be thinking of levels enough like that. Like, the story is so simple, and the levels barely carry a story, but like, I feel like Sunshine does what this one thinks it's doing with levels like this a lot better. I mean, it has been over a decade since I played Sunshine, so we'll actually see. But like, so this whole level exists just really for that one mission where you're sort of like, oh, okay, we found Bowser's sub and I've infiltrated him. Now I get to go like fight him in this cool lava land. Like, great. Now I've got to go back in here 5 times and just do like a bunch of shit recycled challenges, half of which are behind that stupid long fucking tunnel. Like, I don't like this course. I was thinking, like, Odyssey actually, you know, and Sunshine as well, obviously, to some extent. They're a great... You can have good water courses in games of this genre. Like, compared to, like, 2D platforms, where there's no such thing as a good water level. This genre can have them. Mario 64 does not. This is not right, is it? Oh, it is. There's, the one where you change the water level, which is quite fun. That's probably the closest Mario 64 gets to a fun water level. In general, I can't think of many situations in this game where, like, water's involved and I'm like, oh, this is cool. Seems to be all the worst courses that have it. Now, I often die here. This is always what happens. Get out of there, Mario. Get out of there. This is probably the best star in this course, honestly. Like, the whirlpool makes that actually like a very fun challenge. And it's all downhill from here. Oh, this one's actually the worst. Let's get it over with. So again, like this level is just kind of like this pit here, which kind of has 2 stars crammed into it. We'll get to that manta ray one in a bit. And other than that, I feel like about half the time you spend in this level all up on replays is just swimming through this tunnel. It's shit. You can't have 2 small kind of crappy sandboxes, join them through an absurdly long tunnel and call it a level. Nintendo. I thought the sock's meant to be gone. Oh! Fuck, no, I remember this. I can't, it doesn't disappear. It doesn't disappear till I beat Bowser, right? That's kind of cool. Again, I just don't think this game builds up an ethos of, like, me feeling like the levels are anything more than, yeah, shit, random junk to sort of make this work. Let's just get that other star since I'm already here and I don't want to swim through that corridor again. Ooh, another example of this music just being wasted on a sinking sequence. This is a neat, like, I guess you gotta have this star somewhere in the game, like with the combo of the helmets. May as well throw it in this level, because got nothing else to put in it. I think that's like the secret one, like number 6. Keep an eye out for that. Anyway, in the meantime, let's go kick Bowser's ass. So, like, you know, I won't really talk about them in the video series because they're so linear, but I think these Bowser levels are actually some of the highlights for linear challenging in this, or linear challenges in this game. Oh, too early. Like, I think they're very cool challenges. I almost like the last one the least, just because it's actually quite hard and I don't have like, as many fond memories of it as a kid, but like this is one of my favourite, just like, you know, linear levels in this game. Don't expect that. Shortcut. All according to plan. Like, hiding the 8 red coins in these Bowser levels is just really well done. Gonna use that secret new strat I found. Like, I think there's just a lot to like about these levels that are actually challenging. They have the 8 red coins hidden in them in like a fun way. Oh, too slow. I mean, but you know, if we want to talk about cool level design and just like linear 3D platformers, then there's probably even cooler stuff to talk about in this game. Like Super Mario 3D World, or Super Mario Galaxy. Which are both superb games that have linear design. Which I like, but not as much as Sandbox, and I think the Sandbox design philosophy is a lot less just generally explored and understood and die. Oh. It's just harder. So that's why we're doing this series. I already have like 100 ideas of stuff I might want to cover after this video series first though, so just trying to trying to walk before I run. But I feel like there's so much to talk about with 3D platformers. Oh, what? No, this is where the star comes out. Gotta get the actual point first. Oh no. How did I come out of that without losing any health? Hey. What? Fucking hacks, Bowser. Over here, then. Idiot. Oh. Wait, what? Well, this isn't going very well. Are you serious? You should just hit that. Oh, really? I feel make you do that twice, right? No? Okie dokes. I always thought he turned invisible in the second one. Did I just not run into that? I thought that was the second one. Okay. Let's finish off this basement level. So collect the capsules, another 6. So again, bit of a hidden one. This is the very tedious, error-prone star in this level, so I'll be glad to have it done. Something I'm sort of noticing as I'm playing through this is I think I need to pick what I'm actually going to want to talk about in this series, or in the video for this. Like, how much do I want the formula for the episodes to vary for the game? You know, like if I want to cover a lot of specific stars in this one, am I going to have to feel obligated to do that in some others? You know, it's just I feel like I'm trying to. I should probably just stop worrying about like locking myself into a formula. Just go with what feels natural for each game. Sorry if that's super loud. This star sucks. This level sucks. Whose idea was it to make these not in sync? This is like, it's not a bad star, but it's definitely one that doesn't age well. Or like, you know, when you're replaying this game, this is just a shitty star. Whereas like, I think like when you're playing this for the first time, this is like a, whoa, cool. Like if I was playing this game for the first time, I will probably hit this with some of the other ones in the series, like Banjo-Tooie or something, which I've heard is a tedious game, but I don't think I've ever played more than 2 hours of it. It's gonna be like, you know, there'll be jiggies like this, and I'll be like, oh, this is so cool. People who've played the game a dozen times will be like, that's the worst jiggy in the whole game. Oh fuck. Literally the last dismount. Knowing these boxes are here is also something that was a pain for Kid Elliot. It's done, everyone. We did it. It's over now. I feel like that level, like, somebody just must have had to route that out for the streamer, for the speedrunning community. Like, that would have been one of those stars where you specifically dedicate a lot of time into routing it. What? These things are such bullshit. You know, and the 100 star coin in that level also sucks butt. So it's less like, I have mastered and explored the whole level, and it's more like, search every inch of this hellscape. Search every inch of this hellscape for every scrap of coin you can find. What a cool tunnel. I like how it goes up and then over and then back down, so that it's extra long for the same amount of distance. It does kind of make sense that this ring one is before the manta ray one, because it's sort of teaching you that you go through the 5 rings in a simpler way than what the manta ray represents, which is, you know, the buggy version. Might seem less buggy because this one teaches you a bit about how getting too close makes the rings not count. Hey, that's the basement done, everyone. So it might actually, like, I haven't been getting any of the 100 coin stars. It might be fun to come back and do those, like, after I've started writing the script for this video. Like, you know, as a way to kind of revisit each level and get all my thoughts in order. Now, one of you tells us a star. I'm pretty sure it's not this one. It's this guy, I think. Yeah. So this is where the courses start to get a lot more fun and interesting with, like, also how they interact with the overworld. Like, we've got wet and dry land here. This is the fucking coolest. Oh, really? Like, so for those who don't know, this is the one where the height you enter it affects the water level in it. Oh, for fuck's sake. It's kind of like everything the water temple in Ocarina of Time wanted to be. I quite like the water temple in Ocarina of Time, but I know a lot of people don't. I made it too high for that. You know, apparently, I only recently learnt that you can use the cannon to get in here. I always raise the water level to here. What do you say? Ah, okay. That's important information for a lot of other levels. Which, I mean, you know, you're not meant to just do all the stars in a row in a level in this game, I don't think, so kind of makes sense that they're stuff like that in here. See, like, again, this one isn't a challenge because it's actually challenging, it's a challenge because the camera in this game sucks butt. I have no idea what star this is. Number 4.
Here we go!
Go real small for the lifts. Oh, that was number 2. Okay. Oh, that actually makes sense. Okay, so let's like talk about this level because it's fucking cool. So it's a sandbox, but like everything's hidden behind the barrier of like the water not being high enough. Well, kind of. Unless you use these fuckers. You get good. Oh boy. There goes 3 health. Oh, only 2. Excuse me, sir. Oh. That seems about right. Oh, not quite. Hey, do me again, and if it doesn't work, then I'll just reset the level. Oh no. Oh, what a way to die. Okay, so I want to go about middle in for this one.
Mamma mia!
So I think I like this level in concept almost more than execution. Like, it's such a cool concept, and it works, but it's not like... Maybe it's just like, you know, once you're already familiar with the course, it just doesn't hit you as hard. Come on. How did I go so deep? Like exploring this level.
Here we go!
So this one's fun because it's quite open for this main area part. But unlike Shifting Sands or one of those other ones where it's like just find a shell to turn it into a free roam,
Let's go!
this one's very much a like a puzzle of a level, because you've got to figure out what height you want the water. Like these wooden floating platforms are like the key to that. And so then it's like, okay, you need to find the thingy to raise it to the level you want. You need to figure out what level you want it. You need to figure out how to get to the thing that raises it to the level you want. Like, there's so many layers of cool. Kind of bummed that I just sort of know exactly what I want to do, because I feel like that means I'm missing 80% of what this level's about. Looks like the really shallow water things. Is that the inside area? I thought it was. Oh, is it right over the corner there? Come on. Yeah, there it is. Now, let's see if I remember where all these things are. There's one in there. There's another one up in this box. So we got 5 of these bad boys. Oh! Not actually what I wanted yet. No. It's like straight up impossible to avoid getting hit by those things when you first get up. Now, I remember where one is right up the top. But do I remember where both of the remaining 2 are? Let's get some practice in with these things for our future boss. That's not it. Too much angle. Straight up lose 2 health from that guy because he's the worst. That's probably about right. Oh, no. Was there one in here? Oh yeah, there is 2. Neat. Oh, it actually does just tell you. Okay, the last one's over here. Wait, isn't it? What? Is it up here? There it is. Well, I had that all wrong. Oh gosh. I was literally about to say the YOLO that I was doing. Glad I didn't. Oh! He makes it, ladies and gentlemen. Nice. You know, maybe the one complaint I'd have here is you need to jump in before you can see what star you're sort of meant to be going for. Which means you can't really, like, choose the height that you want.
Let's go!
I'm pretty, like, chill with it now, but when I was a kid growing up, like, this was the hardest star in the game. My mum and I actually used to play this, like, together, like, we'd take turns on Nintendo 64, and this was the one that she couldn't do, and like, you know, with a lot of difficulty I could, But there are others, like the snowman one, where you got to roll the snowman's head down the hill. In that other course, I couldn't do that as a kid. My mum always had to do that for me on my saves. And then I would have to return the favor by doing this star for her. Because even if she made it up here, like, and it would take us ages, like we were terrible at using those flippy dudes to get us up here, she still would manage to fuck up this elevator bit. Because it's not easy. Especially if you don't goof it like that. It doesn't wait very long down there. And then if you miss it, you're back at the start, basically.
Here we go.
I've been getting a bit lost switching into autopilot. So, okay, this one was, if you go through at a normal height, you kind of had to explore, and you have to use the mechanic to change the height of the water. In fact, I don't think you can get the water to that height entering. So regardless, you have to teach yourself the mechanic of changing the water height to get to the arrow lifts. And the arrow lifts are really out of the way, so you're gonna do a fair bit of exploring. Top of the town was the first one I got, and that's kind of climb your way up. You know, assuming you didn't get lucky and realize that that's how it works already, or like fluke it. Even then, you have to journey to the top. This is very much just prove that you have explored and mastered the area, which is interesting. This is very much like the insane challenge one. Although there's kind of two subtypes of those, which I don't know how much I need to distinguish. But there's the one that's in the open, and the trick is figuring out how to get there. And this is one of those. Whereas there's other ones where they're like, you know, like the one in Hazy Maze Cave with the rocks, where it's just kind of like hidden. Or Cool Mountain is another one where, like, until you figure out the cannon and go over there, you're just not going to know that star exists.
Let's go.
And now we get to the town, which is whatever. It's basically a subworld. Like, I'm not even gonna... I don't even really think of it in terms of, like, being a part of this sandbox. It's that separate that it's kind of like... In my head, I think it still fits that bill of, like, basically being like the volcano in Lethal Lava Land. It's a more interesting one than Lethal Lava Lands, that, like, for sure. But it's the same shit. Oh. Didn't even notice he had me. Where's the pink bomb in this level, anyway? Pink bomb, I've forgotten where you are. Please enlighten me. Is it like... Oh, fuck. Serious? Nope. Is the pink bomb over next to the cannon? Because the thing is, if you don't jump in at the full height, you actually can't get the water. Like, the heights of the water that you can get entering the level are different to the ones you get from the, I don't know what I want to call them, like, I don't know, diamond things. What's that shape called? Ooh. Pink bomb, are you in this white tube? No. Oh fuck. Pink bomb, where are you? Are you just over here standing on this thing, gonna make me look like an idiot? I actually have zero clue where the pink bomb is. Did I just walk past it? Is it in the town? I feel like it might be in the town. Alright, you get your shit together. Oh wait, what am I doing? This is what I came here for. That was a mess. Where is the bomb? Oh! Right there. You know, I don't think I knew that. Like, I'm seeing him. Or it. And I'm not confident I knew that it was there. I'm also not confident I know how to get to it. I can probably do it from the top here, but that feels more like I'm cheating than doing it the intended way. Kind of feels like the same level, the same water height that I need to get into the thingy is really the water height I'm meant to have to get to the bomb. Anyway, let's just give this a crack. Nope. Oh, the camera. Can I even do this? No. I don't. Okay, I think that's actually just straight up what this is meant to be. I just don't know if you're meant to be able to do that. I guess, you know, to get to the town, you've got to prove that you understand how the level loading works. Oh, not this again. That wasn't high enough. Yes, it was apparently. Should I go talk to this fucker now? I don't know if I've ever done this. I have no living memory of actually talking to this bomb. So if I have done it, it hasn't been like, you know, since I finished high school. Which would be like the last 10 times I played the game. But I do want to do this because I've always just, so I've raised the water to that high level. And then just jumped over, and I was watching a YouTube video or something that sort of said this was the intended way to do it, and I was like, what? And now that doesn't even make so much sense to me because I needed to, oh gosh, I needed to go talk to the bomb. Oh, I needed to raise the water to this level to talk to the bomb anyway. Anyway. Good thing we've got didiodox in our path, because now we just get to do this again, swimming through tunnels. It's fun. You know, having that cannon open must make the 100 coins star a lot easier. That's what I always did for those. I had to come in here first, grab all the coins I could, and then leave again. Which one am I meant to be doing in here? Go off the red coins. Which are the ones I'm meant to get while swimming? Get under their camera. Probably none, really. Let's just let's lower it. So this is actually a cool little subworld. One of the more. See, okay, like I'm gonna need to define another term because you know there are these levels like this where they're not sandbox, but they're not linear. They're challenge areas, or I don't know. Wow, this is taking ages. Like, I hope that makes sense. Like, I wouldn't describe this as linear, but it's not expansive enough for me to be willing to call it a sandbox either. It sits right in the middle ground of the two. Maybe I'm just sandbox elitist. You know, this is not dissimilar to, like, you know, that one chunk of Hazy Maze Cave that was in the 8 red coins. Except obviously that one's skewed a lot towards the elevator thing at the top. Camera, work with me, please. I'll make that. Oh. Wall jumping in this game is so weird. Let's just raise the water level to do this. It's silly. Oh, are you for cereal right now? Oh, why don't I just do this? Oh, that's actually a bit of a slant. Oh, whatever. See, yeah, fun 8 red coin challenge. Maybe one of the best ones in the game, honestly. Back into the town. Quick race through downtown. So again, okay, been to downtown. You walked around and mastered it. Now can you do an extra challenge on top of that? But first, swimming. Now this is course 10. I have no idea which one is number 11. Upstairs is when my concept of, like, the order of things really just slips. I feel like... So there's 3 more up here. There's Little Big Island, which is cool. There is Snowman's Land, also cool. What even is the other one that's up here? Oh, I don't even remember the name of it, but the one that's like hard mode version of the Long Battlefield. But it uses a lot of the same enemies. That's why I always think like that. Oh, I wanted to try and take a shortcut, but couldn't.
Here we go!
Wait, that's course 11? Okay, okay, sure. Well, what does this sign say? Yeah, this is the one I was thinking of. I always think of it as like Bob-Omb's Battlefield 2, which, like, doesn't really make sense. That's one of those links I made at Telltale Mountain as like a tiny kid, and it's stuck with me. Let's just get to the top of the mountain, scale down. Now this is, you know, a lot of the levels that, oh, be serious. All the levels we've been playing today have been experimental in all their own sorts of ways. This one isn't. Like, you know, there's a lot to it. It's unique. It's got its own stuff, but it kind of goes back to that formula that we saw in, like, what, the first 2 levels, and even a little bit in like the 4th, where it's just basically a mountain. Structurally, it's probably the most similar to Thwomp's Fortress, honestly. Like, the levels are getting a bit bigger, so with Thwomp's it's easy to just sort of walk around and look at the whole thing. This one's like, I mean, there's like branching paths up the mountain. I almost want to. I really want to need to get that no-clip website, and so I can draw like different paths on it. Got that later. Ooh, do I see a shortcut? I've never seen that shortcut before. That's totally a thing. Harder than it looks. Hey. Good, I don't like that next bit.
Here we go!
But yeah, no, I'd almost just say this is the same formula of, you know, oh hey, there's Thwomp's Fortress right there. This one's actually another one that's kind of similar on the formula and Bob-Omb, so they're all kind of here together. I wonder if those are just the entrances in like early versions of the game. Anyway, but it's like this is that same sort of formula. This is the Thwomp's Fortress formula, but like much harder. And there's more branching paths in this one. Like, you know, so I climbed up that. Oh, how did I miss that again? I can't even jump. Like okay, so at that time we climbed up the 8 red coin way because it's a bit quicker, and I went a bit on autopilot. Let's explore a bit for this round. So instead I'm going to go up here. I usually don't come so over to get 100 coins, honestly. This is just like a completely different way to go about things. I suppose it's not, not super unique, like, Thwomp's Fortress had its non-linearity. Oh! Okay, I thought I was doing a sneaky. Hey, Thwomp's Fortress has its shortcuts and stuff, but, in this one it doesn't actually feel like the shortcuts are as much shortcuts, except for that triple jump one I just found. And it's more... Like in this one, it's more just alternate paths. It's a bit of a web, almost, but like on the side of a hill. Spiral. like nothing like Bobom's Battlefield. Why do I think of it mentally as Bobom's Battlefield 2? It just makes zero sense. Okay, I actually know this bit. Okay, this bit's fair. So I can go down there, and I believe that just, you know, this is like the shit way of taking me to the, oh, on top of that 8 red coins bit. Oh, okay, I should focus. Yep. And over here. Let's get to this monkey cage. I should go this full way around. It's like one of the only times this stuff appears. It's just like... Actually, it's even got the particle effects of the sand. It's just sand. Never understood what this was for. Now... We all saw how shit I was at the rabbit. Oh yeah, have I improved tonight? Nope. I do like how this monkey jumps over you if you corner him. It's like, it's that little bit more advanced on the bunny. Oh. Wow, I cannot do this shit today. Go, monkey, go! So, like, this level really, well, this second star just isn't really any different. Wait, is that it in there, or is that a later one? Yeah, that's where I want. Like, you know, I guess that's the thing with this course, because the monkey cage isn't there the first time, and there's all those alternate paths in this one, so you're probably just going to do more exploring that second time to, you know, like, find the start, because you end up in the same spot, and then you just got to catch the monkey and jump back down a bit. I'm going to die here.
Mamma mia!
So it's kind of just do the same thing again, but it's such a alternating path course and you don't know where the monkey cage is. Like, you know that there's that other monkey there, you're probably gonna go there. So I can see how you can justify having a second star here. Just be in the same spot and not do something. Like, Cooper the Quick, I think, is still, in my opinion, a better thing. In fact, something that's underused in this game is just like racing through levels, like as another way to prove mastery of them. Like, there's a, you know, in Odyssey, and I mean, we'll get there, but there's like a Cooper foot race in every level, I think. Or most of them. Probably just most of the big ones. And like, that makes sense. Like, that's just another great way to, you know, sort of work off the Sandbox formula. Prove you've mastered the course, like, with speed. I actually think there's gusts of air here. Yeah, it's safer than I was expecting.
Here we go!
Yeah. This is course 12 too, so I still haven't been to course 10. Is that the snowman one? Is course 10 the snowman one?
Let's go!
See, okay, Mysterious Mountainside. It should have been Mysterious Mountain Slide. Oh, actually, does that confuse the side part? Like, if you don't know where the entrance is. Oh, sorry. Hey, Celadiev. What are speedruns for? Oh, like the racing stuff. That's fair. I mean, I don't know if I count speedruns as a like. They're kind of like a user set challenge. I mean, you know, unless like lots of modern games will have an achievement for speedrunning or whatever. But that's, you know, I think having like a star in the level that's hidden, or you know, or equivalent, hidden behind like a speedrun challenge is like another cool way to show mastery aside from hiding shit around it, like the 8 red coins. I forgot how cute the decorations are on the slide. I bet the sliding mechanics, like getting it to feel so smooth in this game, must have just taken so long. I can see why there's just like, you know, 3 slides in this game. And like, yeah, I think it's just because this probably took ages to get it to feel right and they wanted to get their bang for their buck. And also they made it feel so fun, so of course people don't mind. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's definitely a thing. They did have to make sure children could finish this. Not 100% though, like... I mean, you know, if you look at fucking TikTok Clock and the Rainbow Ride one, like, there's some pretty tricky stars in them. And there are the 2 Koopa the quick races. I just wish they had more. It's easy stars, I reckon. Maybe not. Maybe animating and pathing Koopa back in these days was really fucking hard. This is that one in the waterfall. You can't long jump that far, can you? I definitely, like, to your point about like the speed running and stuff, so I do want to do a bonus episode, probably for Super Mario Sunshine, on speed running in these platform games. Because I reckon it's an interesting topic, particularly for like, you know, 120 shine, 120 star runs. Yeah, I don't know that I beat Koopa that consistently as a kid. Especially the first time, because I kept trying to follow him up that slope where the big black, like, balls come down. Because I was just trying to follow his path. Oh, idiot. And I used to lose a fair bit because I couldn't remember what teleporting shortcuts were kosher. So I'd teleport and then he'd claim I cheated, and yeah. Yes, yeah. I did not know about slope kicks as a kid. I did kind of have a sense, like, I used to be able to get that red coin on Bomb's Battlefield. That's like on the slope behind the mountain by kind of doing, not quite slope kicks, but like being a stubborn little shit. Oh, fucking hell. Fuck off, monkey, I don't like you. You stole my hat. Well, I mean, I will fire you because that's how I get it back, but... I made that. Oh, what does that sign say? I'm terrible at knowing where the winds are in this game, just because, in my opinion, they're a bit janky, and I've definitely fallen through windy bits. So I like, just tried to avoid them even when they were there. So yeah, you can do that from the log. Okay, I tried it before and I missed it, but it seemed like it was doable. I must have just not done a good job. A little extra Goomba challenge here. Okay. Take fucking 3. No! Oh, I jumped! Shenanigans. Okay, I'm bored of doing this. Let's try this. No. Oh.
Mamma mia!
Yeah, the cannon's hard. I don't know if you caught my last stream, Celadiev, but I was saying, as a kid, I didn't know in Thwomp's Fortress there was the owl in the tree. So I actually used to get to the cage up on the top using the cannon. It used to take me like an hour every time, like to line up the shot and kind of learn exactly where to shoot. And just get lucky. Like, and then I watched a YouTube video like 5 years ago, after having played the game like 100 times as a kid. And somebody just got the owl out of the tree, and it was like, wait, what? I still find the owl kind of tricky. Like, it's actually not that easy, but it's fucking easier than using the cannon, I'll tell you that. Yeah, the owl's tricky because you can't just go straight there. You got to kind of curve around a bit. Wait, owless is easy. So do you use the cannon? That's insanity if you use the cannon. The cannon's hard. Triple jump wall kick. Oh. Wow. Okay. I can see that now. I've never thought to try that. That's a real speedrun strat, isn't it? Yep. Is this like just a tricky jump, or am I just like shit tonight? Oh, no. It's like 3 times and I haven't even jumped. Hey, no cannon for me.
Here we go!
Wait, it does? No, I did not know that.
Hego!
Did I ever know that? Is that something I've forgotten, or is that something I just never knew? I've been trying to long jump in there. Okay, well that changes everything. You know, if they do remake this game for Switch and if they don't even change the controls, like they still leave the controls a bit outdated and jank, but they just fix the camera, that would still be like the innovation of a lifetime. Oh, well, that's a lot easier. Thank you for telling me about that. I probably would have been here for another half hour. And that's all 6. Actually, what's the time? I might have to call it there. Yes, I shall. Let me just check if this is course 10. So do you just jump from the bridge straight in there? Because I'm pretty sure that's what I've done in recent years. I'm just not with it tonight. So, okay, this is very much a Bombs Battlefield formula, of course. This always used to get me. Oh, so from down at the bottom of the waterfall. No, that'd be too low. And you've got all the speedrun strats down. I'm just doing crap I've learned as like a kid. Oh, what? How dare you. Oh shit, that's fast. Sub an hour for 70. Shit. Let's pick this up one here.
Here we go!
70 stars would almost be more interesting than 120 in some ways, because you got to pick which 70 you go for. Like, I can see that being a lot more interesting for routing. Like, until, you know, eventually someone would probably find an optimum route that would dominate for ages, but it's almost more interesting for the routing. Is it because of that decision to, like, for which stars you have to pick? Yeah, I can see that. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I've watched some stuff on the Super Mario 64, like speedrunning world records for 120 stars and stuff. It's so insane. Especially, like, this game is so broken. I mean, all the Nintendo 64 ones are, but, like, the shit you can do to it. Like, the way you can bust through here with, like, the insane long jumps and stuff. Oh, are they? That's interesting. I mean, I guess that makes sense, because otherwise you're just skipping. Like, the point of 70 is to actually have to... Yeah. Yeah, 70 stars is basically get to Bowser the natural way. Still, like, you know, the stuff you've been talking about with, like, all the places to do insane wall kicks and stuff, like, that's impressive. Whew. Anyway, I should get going to bed. I think I've got enough footage to use for the video today. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully I'll see you later. Might even try and return the favour, watch some speedruns if you stream them over on your Twitch. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I mean, that'd have to be like most of what speedrunning is, I imagine. I'm not too experienced with it, but just like, yeah, practicing segments. Oh, that's very fair. I mean, yes, by becoming a father, you just lost a lot of your free time for the next few years at least. Wait, you can slide down the slope with Z? Why is it saying that? I just like, I didn't know there was like, you know, a steepness where you could slide by holding Z. Because obviously there are ones where you slide no matter what. Wait, this one's just going to slide me down anyway. I was unaware there's this band of in between. Whoa, yeah. I did not know that. I don't know that you ever need it. I see, you need a bit of momentum too. It's not just like stand still. Huh. Well, TIL. It's amazing what you get reading signs that you haven't read for 20 years. Okay, I should really get going. It's past my bedtime. Thanks for stopping by, and yeah, catch you later. I'll be back in same time tomorrow.